airborne without a parachute. That is the only way to describe what you're about to see. 7 crashes, 7 riders who ran out of sky at exactly the wrong moment. Let's get into it. Round 3 of the 2026 season, Anaheim 2. Aaron Plessinger, number 7 on the Orange Red Bull KTM, was running second in 450 Heat 1 on the final lap with George Prado just ahead of him. Coming up to a massive double, he hit something on the face of the jump and was sent flying from the bike, thrown clear of the KTM entirely, landing hard in the dirt. When a 450 hits a flat landing face instead of a downslope, the suspension bottoms out instantly. There was no transition to absorb the force. Everything transfers straight through the chassis and directly into the rider's wrists, spine, and hips in a fraction of a second. He remounted, finished 8th, technically transferred to the main event, but that kind of hit does not just disappear. He completed 8 laps of the main event before his body gave out and he was forced to pull off. The crash won in the end. It just took a few hours to collect. Still at Anaheim 2 250 class, Levi Kitchen, number 47 on the Green Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, was locked in a tight battle, chasing Chance Hymas through a technical split rhythm lane. Close enough that when Hymas made a mistake, Kitchen had absolutely no time to react. Hymas tripled in but came up short in the split rhythm lane, killing his momentum right in front of Kitchen. Kitchen was tucked right behind him and his visual field was completely blocked. By the time he saw the checkup, the spacing was already gone. Kitchen cased it heavily right after the split lane exit, but here is what made it so violent. He was already executing a seat bounce, sitting down to compress the rear shock for maximum lift. When the front wheel hit the face of the jump, the fully compressed rear suspension unloaded like a loaded spring. All of that stored energy released upward at once. The bike became a catapult. Kitchen went over the handlebars into a full front flip that nobody watching was prepared for. This is what happens when 2 riders share the same piece of track on different rhythms and one of them runs out of room. Ford Field, Detroit. Garrett Marchbanks, number 36 on the Green Pro Circuit Kawasaki, running 3rd in 450 Heat 1 when he went down in a rhythm section, right in the primary racing line. Logan Lietzel, number 208 on the Privateer Partzilla Row Kit PRMX Green Bike, was already airborne, already committed, trajectory locked in, no way to adjust. He cleared the gap and Marchbanks was exactly where he needed to land. 2 green bikes, 2 completely different teams, pure wrong place, wrong time. Marchbanks lost his direct transfer and had to fight through the LCQ just to salvage his night. Seattle, arguably the ruddiest track on the entire circuit. A layout that punishes every small error with a consequence that feels completely disproportionate. Lap 2 of the 250 LCQ. Revin Gordon, number 425, fighting for a transfer spot. He came out of turn 2 clean, cleared the opening triple of the first rhythm section, and carried that speed straight into the base of the next jump. The deeply chewed up Seattle ruts were waiting. Front and rear tires found 2 different collapsing grooves. The bike cross-rutted on the face, and he was bucked completely off balance midair with nothing to recover with. Night over in the second lap of a last chance race. Arlington 2024. Austin Faulkner, number 64 on the Green Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, leading the 250 East main event with 2 minutes to go. Gap over the field, championship his to take. In a long rhythm section, he came up short and clipped the landing of a tabletop jump. The rebound launched him off the bike and past the tough blocks entirely. He came down on the solid, unprotected concrete of the AT&T Stadium. Fractured L3 and L4 vertebrae, broken scapula, the lead, the race win, the championship, all gone in one clipped landing with 2 minutes left on the clock. one of the hardest crashes this sport has produced in years, and it happened when it was 4 seconds clear with the finish line in sight. After Faulkner, this one hits differently, because this is what happens when the instincts are right. Daytona 2024, Hayden Deegan, number 38, on the Blue Star Racing Yamaha, first qualifying session of the morning. He hit a vicious set of ruts on a takeoff lip, got heavily cross-rutted at speed, and was pitched nose down over the bars midair. Most riders hold on. Deegan did the math in a fraction of a second. Stay with the bike, and he's going head first into the Daytona dirt with 230 pounds of motorcycle coming down on top of him. He pushed the bars away and bailed midair. The Yamaha cartwheeled into scrap metal. Deegan slid down the dirt and walked away. Knowing when to let go of the bike is a skill. At Daytona 2024, it saved him from something much worse. Every crash in this video cost the rider something. The last one cost the rider $1 million and a world championship on lap 10 in the sand. LA Memorial Coliseum 2023, the inaugural Super Motocross World Championship Finals. Chase Sexton, number 23 on the red HRC Honda, entered Moto2 as the points leader. Win this moto, and he walks away as the first ever SMX World Champion with $1 million bonus. For 11 laps, he was untouchable. Hole shot, clean laps, 4 seconds clear of Roxon and Lawrence. Then, on lap 10, the rear end stepped out of line, coming off a sand jump transition. Sand offers no correction when a bike is out of alignment. It bites hard, arrests the momentum instantly, and the Honda high-sided him head first into the Coliseum floor. DNF. Championship to Jet Lawrence. The $1 million, the title, the moment he had spent 2 years building toward, gone in the sand on lap 10. The most expensive crash in the history of this sport. 7 crashes, 7 riders who ran out of sky at exactly the wrong moment. Which one hit the hardest? Drop it in the comments and subscribe, because this sport never runs out of moments that take your breath away.